Hey guys, and today I'm sitting in front of the unprecedented LA scoring strings VST, and I've seen quite a few people ask for demos of this, and no one has yet to do it, but I'm sure Chris from Florida Music Company will upload a much better one. In the meantime, this one will have to suffice. I've seen a lot of people say this thing's LA scoring strings or LASS for short is shit. Those people are smoking crack. I don't know what's wrong with them. Because this is one of the only VSTs that has the ART tool, the auto rhythm tool, which is this little baby right here. And instead of having to strike every note individually, you can choose to either have 16th note, 8th note, or 8th note triplets play back for you. So with the sustain pedal, you activate the ART, and if you don't have a sustain pedal, you can program a MIDI control channel 64 to a pot slider, a rotary knob, or a pad. Enable that and hold down a chord. I've got the cellos loaded up here, and this is the spiccato patch. You can see that the ART tool changes the velocity of the notes during playback. So if I wanted to cancel some notes out, say I don't want to play that one, I want an accent here, a little bit less velocity and no velocity there, and an accent on this one, you just program those and play back the chord. Oh, I had a feed there. And it's a beautiful tool. I've gone ahead and loaded up Life in a Balloon, one of my recent songs, and demonstrate that I've got the chords playing here. I'm going to set through contact. I turn that down so you can hear me. You see all that it's doing is just playing simple chords, and the ART tool is playing feedback for me with 16 notes. And I can program those to be 8th notes, triplets, or whatnot. So that's just the ART feature. The other unprecedented feature, in my opinion, about LA scoring strings is, of course, the sample patches. For instance, let's go ahead and load up the legato violas. Let me touch base about LASS in general first. When you install LASS, you get a choice of 16-bit or 24-bit samples, and you can delete either one at your discretion to save space. It comes in 5 DVDs, a massive library. Let's go ahead and load up that viola patch I was telling you about. And you get a choice of basses, cellos, violas, violins 1 and 2. And each section is broken down into the first chair, which is a great solo patch, A to VC, B to VC, and C to VC. Now each section has a different number of players, but the violas have 3 in A to VC, 3 in B to VC, 6 in C to VC, and the full ensemble. We're going to go ahead and load up the legato medium patch phrase. And this is a great patch because it does automatic portamento slides by striking the note velocity at a low velocity or just full legato phrases at a full velocity. So let's go ahead and get a look at this one. Take the sustain off and see what we got. Like I said, by striking the notes at full velocity, it goes to a quick legato phrase, and by a low velocity, does a portamento slide up to the note that you strike at a low velocity. This is here's a note at full velocity. And now I'm going to do the same phrase with the second note, the D being in a low velocity. So that's a beautiful feature, and you can hear the samples just sound outstanding as they are. Now each section comes with a number of different phrases. You've got sordino, spiccato, staccato, tremolios, trills, and legato phrases, and harmonic, sustain. I'm not going to go through all these because you have a general idea of what they are. Let's touch the solo first chair of the violin briefly. I'll go ahead and do the legato phrase for that one too. And you'll hear the samples of the, oops, that one loaded in 16-bit. Some of the samples I use with 24-bit just for the deeper sounding effects. There it is. There we go. And like I said, you can delete either 16 or 24. I choose to use 24 during extremely low or some high samples because it gets better sound quality. So here is the solo violin from LASS with the sustain off, no ART, and legato phrase. Absolutely beautiful. Of course, I've got my effects turned off. I'll go ahead and put a little reverb in there. See what that sounds like. So that's just fantastic. Now the LA Scoring Strings pack comes with two different types of velocity attenuation. You can either use the mod wheel, which is my choice of preference for on the fly. So you get velocity control through the mod wheel. For example, we'll take the violin and just push the mod wheel up for a full velocity and back down for softer patches. And you can also use the velocity attenuator, which is in the spiccato patches. We'll go ahead and load that back up so I can show you how to program that. That's control channel 111. Go down here to the velocity attenuator drop down, and instead of having to use the mod wheel, you can program a slider on the keyboard to control channel 111 as a MIDI input. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. And this controls the overall velocity of the entire ensemble instead of having to go back and use the velocity attenuator in your audio workstation. Alright, so there I've got 111 control channel programmed, and we'll give this a shot now. Turn my sustain on. I'll go ahead and cut my reverb off, give you a better feel. So that's a great little feature right there. You got that choice for all the ART articulations. So this is just a rough overview. It does come with multi-patches. It's got the violins, legato, violin, spiccato, and staccato, cellos, divisi, spiccato, staccato, and legato. So that's a great tool. Let's go ahead and try the spiccato violins here in the multi-section. It just gives you a surround feel. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my mic off so I don't get feedback during playback here. So you can see that LASS is just unprecedented among any other string pack, especially one that I've ever used, including East-West Quantum Leap or Symphobia. You know, Symphobia is great for cinematic patches, but you don't have the sections broken down like LA Scoring Strings. So I hope this demo gives you a good idea of what LA Scoring Strings is all about, and it's a definite must-have for any film score, any composer, as a matter of fact. No matter if you're producing hip-hop, theatrical, soundtrack, or just ambientical. I call that ambience. So it's all the same. It's just no pack is the same as LA Scoring Strings. So if you have any other requests for demos of any VSTs, just drop me a line. I'll see what I can do. Thanks, guys.